This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, Kevin. So Gary called me about 10 minutes ago, said he was headed across the trestle and would be a few minutes late. We want to give him 3 or 4.
I'm good with that. What you want to just go 4:05 and we'll just see where he's at?
We good with that?
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah.
This conference will now be recorded.
Probably not as good as you.
All right. Well, let me open the September 27th Lake Stevens Sewer District Board of Commissioners meeting, and let me turn it over to our utility chair, Commissioner Wright.
Great. I will call to order the Utility Committee meeting for September 27th, 2023. And we will begin with a roll call. So from the city, we have Gary Peters-Hagen, Ryan Donahue, Brett Gailey. From the sewer side, Kevin Koshi, Dan Lorenzen, and myself, Andrea Wright. Moving on the agenda, we'll open up a public forum. If there's anybody visiting or on the virtual wall who would like to share any comments with the utility committee. Okay. We'll go ahead and close the forum since there isn't any comments at this time. And we'll move on to agenda item number 4, which is information sharing. And Mariah is going to go over our financial records.
So I have included in your packet our June financials, which would be our mid-year financials for the district. They were presented by our lead accountant at the August 22nd Board of Commissioners meeting and went through a whole presentation and in detail of this. I just wanted to make sure that the utility committee also specifically got a copy of it, and I was available for any specific questions that you had. High level, on page 1 and 2, you can see through June, cash on hand is $30.8 million for the district. And you can see on page 2 how that's broken down, where that's heading. As far as M&O expenses go, with 50% of the year done, we were under budget by $620,000. So that's fairly on track for us. That's where we were expecting to be. Page 7 is something that we haven't seen quite in the same format that we have presented in years past, but this is just a breakdown of how that $99 per ERU is divided or spent. So you can see, like for June, $9 of it goes to capital contributions, $11.78 would go to admin operations, $13.24 to maintenance operations, $16.69 to plant operations. Then you have the depreciation expense of $33.10, debt of $983, and then debt principal of $29.61. Just to give you an idea of where your money goes.
How does the customers per ERU, been reading kids' books too much. ERU, how does that go down from March to April?
Yeah. So there's a couple things. Commercial is billed on water usage, and so we translate that dollar amount back into what their equivalent would be of how many connections that is. So as water usage goes up, the ERU number that we have reflected there actually goes up. If water usage goes down, then it goes down, respectively.
So you have higher water usage April, May, June, and summer months, is that what we're saying?
Yeah. The other thing that's built into there, we take an equivalent for that spreadsheet of like any other additional revenues that come in, whether that's, some permit sales, how that offsets things, just to make the breakdown of that page 7 spreadsheet. And any other questions?
I've seen it before, but it seems to me you had a schedule of kind of your debt obligations as to where you're going to be at.
Yeah, debt obligations are in Schedule 3 of the budget, not in the financial statement. So you can find that on the website under financial statements. We do a beginning year and a mid-year budget, and so either one of those has Schedule 3 included in it. That's all I
Okay,
have.
any other questions for Mariah? Okay, we'll go ahead and move to 4B, the accelerated assumption.
I just wanted to give the committee a high-level overview. Staff has been meeting fairly regularly, basically every 4 to 6 weeks. It's the directors of the city and the managers here over at the district. And we've been making some good progress in my mind. We have Lori Erickson, who's the public works analyst over at the city. That's kind of moderating, I guess, a term for making sure that we stay on track with these meetings and are making progress. But we've really been working on making a realistic outline of the time and the people involved in each of the tasks in order to make this assumption happen. So we continue to meet. We meet tomorrow again, and progress is going forward. If there's any specific questions, let me know. But I would say that the report is favorable in the progress that we've been making.
Well, thank you to all of you who are involved in that, and I've only actually heard positive things, so it sounds like it's going smoothly.
Was it the last meeting or the meeting before, there was talk about the committee was going to present a schedule?
So we're not quite done with the schedule in order to present it yet. We really needed some more information after the last meeting of how much time and those involved in each of the different tasks. But I would expect in the next couple of meetings, we should have them fairly flushed out in order to develop that.
So maybe by our October utility meeting? You say aren't you meeting every 2 weeks or so?
Every 4 to 6.
We meet tomorrow, and then we could try to do another mid-October to finalize and bring something for the utility committee in October. Yeah. I'd say we're pretty far along on it, and it's been a great collaboration between staffs and those who are really knowledgeable on what has to actually happen. And I think after tomorrow's meeting, we'll be pretty dang close to having a good timeline done. Maybe a kind of a ribbon tying on the present meeting beforehand, and then a utility meeting.
Yeah,
Are
that'd
we
be
meeting
great.
last meeting in October
Yeah.
for the next time? Think we can get there, Mariah, Gene?
Tomorrow we're gonna talk about the org chart, where people are landing, schedules. We have a lot to go over tomorrow.
We'll start diving into the agreement as well. So, can I?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Lori is sort of facilitating, moderating. She's our analyst. She's our lean trainer too. So that's her specialty is organizing things like this. So what she essentially did is we worked through our common values, which the district had laid out. We have some too. We agreed on those. We're going to view tasks and priorities based on our common values. That's our lens. The next thing we did is we began itemizing the things that have to happen before the assumption and after the assumption, which makes good sense, right? And so the first thing we want to do is start putting together a schedule for the things that happen before. The after can wait a little bit. Before assumption items or transition or items are the things we need to prioritize and identify. And so the goal is to find out not only what that thing is, how many people and hours it will take to do it. That's what's important. And what's the deliverable at the end? And then where are they connected? What are predecessors? And how are they connected? So we can put an actual project plan together. We have Lori's working on a draft because we met last time and went through that and prioritized them. So she's going to bring a draft project plan back to the group tomorrow. And we'll be able to slide it around and stretch things out if we think that they're going to take longer than she did. had projected based on what she'd heard. And our hope at the meeting tomorrow is to settle on something, or at least get close to settling on. Here's kind of here's the schedule that we can bring back to you folks. And then again, tomorrow we're going to talk about org charts. We've kind of got a good draft going, and we're going to go through the two agreements, or at least one of the agreements tomorrow as well. It's a lot. We'll see if we get there in 2 hours.
Well, I think that you guys are making some great headway because, I mean, you've taken off where I think Gary and I kind of got to a certain point and I don't want to rush it if it means what we're doing is not going to be perfect. So if you can't I guess my view would be don't, rush it. If October ain't going to work and it's better in November, what's 30 more days after that? As long as, what you say, if you got a deliverable that you think that is going to be a good framework. At this point, we've been doing this for a while, so, I'm not gonna, 60 days from now or 35 days from now.
And I think our goal is not to bring back something that's half baked.
It'd be a good product.
No, that's perfect. Because you guys gotta live with it. We're the elected. We just gotta
Yeah.
Truly, that's what it comes down to. The electeds take the advice from the folks that, said.
Thanks. Anyone else have comments or questions? That's great. Thanks for the update, Aaron and Mariah. Let's go ahead and move on to agenda item number 5, project review. First, start with 5A, and I believe Mariah has all these.
I'm gonna do them all.
Thank you.
I just wanted to give you an update on the projects that we're currently actively working on that are in the comprehensive plan. So you'll see on each of these ones, I have a project E2A, for example, and a year. So that is a reference to our comprehensive plan in the CIP, which project it is and which year it has been slated for, just for some additional information of where these things are. Okay. So lift station 2C upgrade, which we've been talking about for a long time. We have 2 of the 3 portions of it ready to go. The gravity main and the force main, we have permits for. The lift station itself, we still don't have a permit for. So we hope to hear back for that one in a little while. Last I checked in, which was on the 25th with Russ, it's still in review with the city department.
And Mariah, which one's that?
2C is right here.
Yeah, that was one of the
Is
downtown.
that 20th Street with the,
20th Street, downtown.
what's the whole, why are we holding up a lift station, which is a technical apparatus?
I don't have a good answer for you. I don't.
What would
It's
we
still in
review on
review.
that, Gene? Do you know?
Is it a location?
I don't remember all the review points on that. I can certainly look at it.
Yeah, last I spoke with Russ, it was a critical areas issue. We'll find out. I'm sending a note.
So it's not the lift station per se, it's the location of the lift station.
That's what I'm guessing too, because remember that whole area floods in there or around it.
Yeah, it's the old outflow stream, so. That's also where they buried the old high school back in the day. Next to the Harvard Court Apartments were those, those duplexes and behind Jay's where a lot of stuff ended up in the day. The old Pink Palace was demolished. And it's always been a critical area. I mean, that road probably got 1.5 foot of asphalt because it keeps sinking into the abyss, but.
Could I suggest maybe you get a response or something for your meeting so you can have that dialogue tomorrow?
Yeah.
So we're not in
Aaron's
a
sending
mystery
us a
land.
message right now.
Great, thank you.
5C, which is another lift station that we're decommissioning. This is project E4, and there's actually 3 different lift stations that are lumped into E4. 4C, 5C, and 6C. 5C is the decommissioning part, so getting rid of the lift station and rerouting that via some gravity main back over to 4C. So that project, we have the permit for, it's actually out to bid, and those bid openings will be on October 4th. So hopefully those come in favorable. Any questions on that one? Okay. C, so the 131st Ave Northeast, which is project E5B, that's the one that goes past the Public Works shop. 31st. Again, that was in the comp plan from 2025. Russ's message was that one, we have a 60%, they have a 60% design that they received from Pace Engineering, and that Aaron Public Works is still reviewing that at this point. So some good progress on that one. And then the Machias lift station, which is a new lift station to the system, which is project E8 and its associated force main, slated for 2027. That the city entered into a contract with Pace Engineering to design that lift station and location. And that is all I have on this one.
Great.
Well, I was happy to see 131st start up. I was going down through town and I saw the road closed and equipment in the road. And I thought, wow. And then days later, equipment's out of the road. It's in the ground. And then, wow. So it's nice to see that. You know, that's one of those ones that really can offer some benefits. So, yeah.
Any other comments on the capital projects, questions? Jerry? Okay. We'll move on to the development review, which is the last page in your packet. On the back.
Okay, there's no changes since the last utility meeting.
Any comments or questions on that?
There was a little bit of uptick, I think, at the last board meeting as far as permits taken out and so forth, but
Yeah.
still, as far as DEAs, there's no activity going on there, right?
Correct. We did actually get 2 new submittals, but no new DEAs yet. But they should be coming in the next month or so. Smaller projects. So.
All right, great. Let's move on to number 7. And I'd like to entertain a motion for approval of the June 21st, 2023 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second, anybody?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's look towards our next meeting. So end of October, the last Wednesday. Does that work all right for everybody's schedules?
25th? Is that what we're looking at?
Yep. At 4 p.m. still?
You know, I'm at a grants conference that day.
Okay.
That Wednesday, Thursday.
You want us to proceed without you or reschedule?
What, a week prior on the 18th, is that one?
I mean, if you guys have something, right, from your meeting tomorrow, for sure it's something you want to be at. Don't you think?
Can we do the first, maybe give the committee
Oh, 1st of November?
another little bit of time?
You think it's 1st November?
Yeah,
I would be fine with that.
first works for everybody. Kevin,
Yep, that'll be fine.
Gary, you good? All right, let's shoot for the first.
Okay.
We can all come in hyped up on some Halloween candy.
Okay, so our next meeting will be Wednesday, November 1st at 4 p.m. Great. Before we entertain a motion to adjourn, does anybody else have any comments or anything additional we need to speak about? Great. Do you want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Turn it back over to Ken.
Back to the district's meeting. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the commissioners meeting.
So moved.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, everybody. Great seeing you.